Give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. The honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. The Wadi Bashim Yoshua for putting the spirit of the elders and apostles we become edified regarding this truth and knowledge, knowing this truth and knowledge. Call Holy Yah Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. That was a video relating to riots over certain requirements in the Netherlands, in the Dutch city in the Netherlands. Let's go to second. I want to go to second Esdras. Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe into the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means a warning for destruction. That dwell therein, that's the inhabitants, the people of the world. 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. The modern day sword is the gun. And other forms of weaponry used against from person to person. Different category groups of people against another categories groups of people. Race wars, different types of pretty much opposing one another. Number 16. For there shall be sedition, insurrection, mutiny, a violent uprising among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's what you see in the people rising up against one another, and they're not regarding the kings and princes. You're seeing that all over the world, in various cities and countries all over the world, from France, Greece, Spain, Venezuela, to here in the United States, various major cities. People are rising up against different things, social, economical, over certain mandates of requirements, for example. And they're not regarding the kings and princes, regarding certain specific matters, man. Number 17. A man shall desire to go into the city, but shall not be able. It's going to be a lockdown. There's going to be areas where it's going to be, you're not going to be able to go to and fro unless you have a form of permission or special documents to go to and fro, for example. Non-essential, curfews. That was a pre-example. Medical martial law, that was that pre-example. We had that earlier last year. And some countries have it. New Zealand, Australia, Great Britain, different countries, for example. They still even continue on currently right now. Number 18. For because of their pride, for the city shall be in trouble. For many great misery shall come in the latter times because of what? They walk in great pride. 2 Ezra 8:50. That pride, man. That pride leads to their wickedness and their sins, man. So the Lord is beginning to visit what? The world which he has made because of that pride. For because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Pretty much the state and condition of the things that's going to be going on and how people are going to be in those times, man. Number 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So neighbor is not going to pity upon the neighbor, especially when they're hungry, especially when they need supplies, when they're running low. You're going to see pretty much the true nature of the people come out when certain things become very scarce, very limited. Right now, they're not, because the laws of the land are still in effect, so they're not going to move in a certain way. They're going to mask how they're going to be really, truly. Right now, not, because the laws of our land are in effect, and and things are somewhat still in a normal state, somewhat. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. The sword is the blessing of that gun or weaponry, any form of weaponry, and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread, and for great tribulation, lack of bread, famine. That's going to happen. Things is going to be scarce. That's why they're gonna home invade. That's why they're gonna break in, looting, rioting, because of a lack of victuals, supplies, and different things. And you see in the scarcity, the decoys in the cardboard forms of dummies, the cardboard dummies I call them, and the decoys that are being put in stores because of what? That limited supply. You see it. Basically, it's a facade that's covering up the supplies that the lack of supplies and the things that's readily in these stores, man. What I'm saying is, there's not much supplies on certain things that are readily available. So they're using certain things to make it look like it's full when it's really empty. The storehouses shall be empty, man. The places that are sown shall be unsown. 2 Ezra 6:22, paraphrasing. So you see in the state of the limitation being set forth, man. You see in the state of the victuals becoming scarce, man. This is the precursor of that, man. And because of that, a man shall not have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword, man. So you're going to see the true nature of people, true nature of people going to act out when certain things come to pass. Let's go to Shalakia. Go Isaiah 19 real quick. Isaiah 19:2. I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, people versus people, American citizen or citizens versus citizens, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom and against kingdom. And that's what you see in that division being set forth. Think not that I come to send peace but a sword, man. Think not I come to send peace on earth, I say nay, but rather division. That's Luke 12:51, and that's also Matthew 10:34. So that Lord is sending that division. Part of that division is what? People are going to rise up against people, man. People are going to go against one another. 2 Timothy 3:1-9, it talks about the characteristic and traits, how the people are going to be unholy, unthankful, disobedient to their parents. We're seeing precursors of that. But it's really going to manifest when pretty much the stuff hits the fan in the latter times. And I'll read 3 and 4. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst of it, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols, with idolatry, and to charmers, and to them that have familiar spears, and to the wizards. And that goes to sorcery, that goes to witchcraft. And the Egyptian will I give over to a hand of a cruel lord. Cruel lord is the one that is in power, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Lord of God of hosts. The fierce king is ruling them, the one in power. For Job 9:24, for the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. That's that cruel lord. That's that fierce king. That's the one who's in power, man. That's the carnal counterpart who's in power. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 6, 22 and 23. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's happening. The storehouses beginning to be empty. They're looking mighty scarce, man. Because especially when certain things can't get in there, or when it's pre-manufacturally designed for those things not to get in those things. So that would be question mark for that. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hears, they shall be suddenly afraid. That trumpet's that warning, man. Now, this was just a few scriptures relating to that riot, to those unrest, those civil unrest relating to in that Dutch city, the Netherlands. And you seeing that in many other cities all over the world. That's just one of many. Hope it helps. This is Brother Zayab Wolf. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Barakakadash. Hope it helps in some way. Shalom. Thanks.